Yeah, music is more than sound.
Greetings, beautiful music family. Greetings to all of you. I hope you're all doing fine. Yes, we're coming together as always. Either you an artist, maybe you want to become an artist, actually a musician, or you are a fan or supporter of an artist. Today we're talking about something that is very real, and I hope you as the fan and the supporter listen to this episode today, because this is not always visible. Why do so many artists actually quit? They quit before things even start working, not because they don't have talent, not because they don't have potential, but because they stop too early. And I actually want to talk to all of you, the artists, the musicians, music lovers, and also the supporters. I want to ask the musician here, do you feel like this at the moment? Oh, this is taking too long. Others are growing faster than me. Maybe this is not working what I'm doing. Because these thoughts, they are exactly where many people give up. And before we go deeper, let me introduce myself. I work closely with artists in promotion, branding, and social media strategy. I have seen artists at the beginning, in the middle, and also those who made it further. I have noticed something very clear. The difference is often not talent. It's who keeps going when it gets quiet. So let's talk about this. One of the reasons could actually be unrealistic timelines. We are living in a time where everything looks fast. You open social media and you see someone is blowing up overnight, right? Someone is going viral. Someone suddenly is everywhere. And it creates this illusion, this should happen fast. But what you don't see is how long they have been working before, how many times they have failed, how much they build behind the scenes. So when your journey feels slow, you think something is wrong, but nothing is actually wrong. You're just building in real time. And also sometimes the comparing too early. This one is dangerous. You start looking at other artists and thinking, oh, they are better, they are further, and why not me? You might be at the beginning and someone else is in the middle or even in their peak, and that creates pressure. And that pressure can turn into self-doubt, overthinking, and really stopping completely. But your journey is yours and it does need time to grow. Many artists don't quit because they are lazy. They quit because they don't have a system, just post randomly, drop songs without a plan and don't know what to do next. And that creates confusion, frustration, and really no visible progress. And when you don't see progress, you lose motivation. That's why structure is important. And the structure doesn't have to be complicated. Simple things like posting regularly. And what I always say before you post regularly, plan your content. Understand how to build step by step, because structure gives you a direction. And do you know consistency beats talent? Yes, you heard me right. You can be the most talented artist in the room, but if you stop posting and stop creating and stop showing up, and someone else who keeps on going, even if they are less talented, do you know that they will grow because they stayed, because people will recognize and see them, because they build actually a relationship to the community, which they were building consistent. And yes, there is a very specific moment where many artists stop. It's not at the beginning. It's after they tried, after posting for a while, releasing something, putting in effort, and then, nothing happens yet. That silence. This is where most people quit. But that silence is part of your process, that you go through this, even though it's silent. Even if you feel like, wow, people are not supporting me, people don't hear me, you have to push through it. You have to find ways how to motivate yourself. Even if no one is clapping for you, even no one is like tapping your back and say, wow, great job, and I love what you do and all of that. When you're alone in your room, and you look at what you already have created, and you're so proud of it, why don't you tell yourself, wow, I'm very proud about myself. I'm very proud about the song. I know what it meant to me, for me. And when I create content, yes, I'm proud of it because I make people understand what I stand for. This is where the comparing towards the social media and towards maybe artists who already have more numbers, becomes so dangerous. And there's a topic I have right here, and I want us all to be honest. Not emotional and not negative, just being real. It is often harder for women in the industry. And that doesn't mean women are weaker. It doesn't mean they are less talented. Actually, is often the opposite. But the reality is women are judged differently, expected to prove more before being taken seriously, sometimes not seen as leaders in their own career, sometimes reduced to appearance instead of being respected for their craft. And seriously, that can be exhausting. Because imagine you're putting in the same work, you're showing up, you're creating, you're improving. But instead of people saying, wow, she's talented, they say, yeah, she looks good. And that takes away from the real value. And the truth is, there are so many strong, creative, hardworking, intelligent women who are building something real, but don't get the same visibility, the same respect, or the same opportunities. And that's something we need to be aware of. And please, this is not about fighting, this is not about blaming, this is not about creating divisions, this is about creating changes. And change starts with recognizing, having the respect for each other and the support. We really need to start looking deeper into this. Seeing women for their talent, their ideas, their work ethic, their creativity, and not just what is visible on the surface. And this goes to you, for the women listening right now. I want to talk to you direct. If you ever felt like you have to work twice as hard, you are not being taken seriously, you have to prove yourself again and again and again, I definitely see you. And I want you to remember, you are capable, you are powerful, you are definitely needed in this music industry. Your voice matters. Don't let slower recognition make you feel like you are less, because sometimes it's not that you are not good enough, it's that the system is slower to recognize you, and that's why it's even more important that you do not stop. And I want to make this very clear. This is not about man versus woman. This is about creating awareness. This is about growth. This is about balance. Because there are also many, many men in the music industry who support and respect, who collaborate, who uplift. And that energy is important. But we still need more balance, more understanding, more space for women to be seen fully. Because talent has no gender. Creativity has no gender. Work ethic has no gender. And if we really want the industry to grow, we need to create a change. A change where women are respected for their craft. Women are given equal space. Women are seen beyond image. Women can bid freely without limitations, because when that happens, the whole industry becomes stronger. So this is not just a conversation, it's a mindset shift, and it starts with how we see each other, how we support each other, how we speak about each other. And to every woman building right now, even it feels slower, even it feels harder, keep going, because your presence alone is already part of the change. We need you. So let's bring it back to you, to not quit early. You need to be patient. You need to have structure. You need to stay consistent. You have to have your belief. And most important, understand that this takes time. Yes. If you feel like stopping right now, maybe you say, I should just stop. I want to make a pause. I always say, ask yourself, did I really give this enough time? Not days, not weeks, just time. Because building something real takes longer than you think. Remember, the people you see winning today are often the ones who did not quit yesterday. That's basically it. Not the most talented, not the most perfect, the ones who stayed. So do not rush your journey. Don't compare yourself to others. You have a different journey from another one. Don't let the quiet phase stop you, because you might be closer than you think. So from now on, don't ask, why is this taking so long? Ask yourself, am I willing to keep going anyway? Because this is the real difference right here. I understand you, and keep on going. I wish you a beautiful journey in all what you're doing. keep on creating, keep on showing up, and keep staying consistent and keep believing in you. I know we have those quiet phases, but don't let this stop you. Thanks always, always, always for the beautiful conversation we are having. I'm so happy to having this podcast, and I'm so happy for all the reactions you're giving me, the feedback, and your questions and your ideas. We always can talk about them, and we can always listen to each other. In the show notes, you can find my landing page. In case you want to get in contact with me, you will see all my Sunny Sunshine social media platforms, and I'm looking forward to seeing, hearing, and reading from you. Much love, Sunny.
Music and everything in between with Sunny.